I grew up Catholic, so a lot of that stuff kind of came for free. You know, like all that sitting in my apartment feeling shitty about myself, I got that for free. As I said before, you know, the accent was really hard. I had to work really hard on the blindness, you know. Actually, you know, forget about that. The hardest thing I have to do, right, is when Matt is either by himself or he's with someone who knows that he's Daredevil, he can operate like someone who is not visually impaired, but he would never need to look at something in order to pick it up. Right? So there's tons of scenes where like I'm in my apartment and I have to reach for a mug over here or grab something from behind me, but he would never turn his head to look for it because he doesn't need to, because he has a 360 radar sense, right? So we spent a lot of time with me kind of going, you know, I can't look at any of the stuff I'm doing, you know? It's really annoying. You know, if I have to pick something up, you know, that's over here and I can't see it, Matt Murdock would just pick it up, right? But we have to do a ton of takes because Charlie's like...
In episode 4, where Claire Temple chucks my shirt at me from behind, and I grab it mid-air without looking at it. And I wanted to do that. It's like a really cool character trait. I wanted to include it. It was a nightmare. We had to have someone off stage who would do a countdown. So she'd get ready to throw it, and there'd be this guy going, 3, 2, 1, now. And I'm, sorry. We had to do it like 15 times.
One of the things that I do as a human a lot is smile. And I remember thinking early on, I'm not sure DD smiles as much as I do, you know? So that was something I had to work on, like literally stop smiling.
Well, I'm able to do almost all of the fights now. For season 2 I can do all of them. There are certain moves I can't do, you know? So, you know, whenever like Daredevil leaves the ground for more than one turn, definitely not me. I do this bit. And then they cut, yeah?
One of the producers was on set, and he said, oh, I just saw the scene with you and John in the graveyard, when he talks about his family, and there's a really beautiful moment where the camera's on Daredevil and there's a tear coming down his face, through the mask, right? And I remember thinking, I remember crying in that scene. Do you know what I mean? I was like, I'm a male actor, so that crying doesn't come that easily to me. So I remember, if I cried in a scene, I needed to be like a super close-up, everyone needs to know, you know what I mean? And I would remember if I was crying in that scene, and I was like, that's so weird. And then I remembered, right at the beginning of the scene, I had to carry this motherfucker from the bottom.
Dude, I thought you were crying!
Yeah, man, it's sweat.
I see it sweat. I see that tear. I was like, this fucking guy's
Here's what happened.
mask on, man. You don't even need to do that shit.
Here's what happened. I carried him up the hill 5 times in a row, and then I had to sit there and I was listening to his speech, and the sweat is pouring down my face. And just from sheer luck, one of these droplets of sweat comes down the center of the mask, and then it appears from under the mask, and it looks like I'm crying, man. I swear to God, if I ever win an acting award, I wish they played that clip, you know? Because it's sweat.
The last time I see her, I'd be holding her lifeless body in my arms. The meat was spilling out of her head. The place where her face used to be.
The funny thing is, we had a bunch of fight sequences, and other than that, there was like nothing, no complaints. But then we had one scene where we were kissing a lot, and which is in general normally quite safe. And
Not with Charlie Cox.
And Elodie was, after a while, she was like, your beard is really hurting my face. And I was like, but that's the problem that we have.